I believe XRP's next action will totally surprise the globe. And today, we're going to be hearing from none other than CZ, the creator of Binance, on what he thinks the future of cryptocurrency price movement seems to be in the near term here. Some of the forecasts this guy threw out, I have to say, were really so much farther beyond even what I believed was feasible. CZ has been in the crypto sector since like 2013 and created the biggest exchange in the world. So I want to remind you, everybody, this man therefore observes all the cryptocurrencies, their prices, how much they rise during bull cycles, bear cycles, etc. So this is a rather decent concept of what is going to occur here. And sure, what he said about Bitcoin and what this means for XRP is going to shock you all. So I wish to begin with playing this tape. After that, I'll cover some other significant newly published news items as well. So let's begin with this, as it's simply insane. Pay attention. Do you feel prepared? Sure. Okay. What do you believe the total cryptocurrency market cap will be by year-end? Perhaps 5 trillion. 5 trillion. Understood. That by itself is really significant. Well, let's check it out immediately. Total crypto market capitalization. I mean, we look at the overall crypto market cap right now, and it's already at 3,430 billion. Therefore, I mean, it's not really a 2x if the overall crypto market cap were to rise to 5 trillion. From its present location, it is similar to 1.5x. By the end of the year, 1.5x is really significant, isn't that so? Many now believe this cycle will carry on till 2026. That is why I wish to start the following inquiry, as it is really absurd. So pay attention here. All right, sure. At the cycle's conclusion. This I have no idea when the cycle is. Difficult one, I have no idea. Understood. That is visible, understood. What do you believe the peak price of Bitcoin is this cycle? Oh, once more, extremely tough query. I would say somewhere between 500,000 to a million. Per Bitcoin, 500,000 to $1 million. For those of you who aren't really aware of when this cycle ends, it's probably going to be somewhere in the first quarter of 2026, which gives us, a good little bit of time here, 9-10 months, for us to really foresee, how this is all going to play out. If it ends quarter 2 of 2026, well, yeah, we have a little bit of runway here. So what CZ Binance is really saying is he thinks the whole crypto market is definitely going to get close to 2x. But Bitcoin, it's highly probable that he believes Bitcoin will be able to reach upwards of 5x from its present price point. This could now be a misunderstanding from CZ on, say, how long the cycle plays out, or perhaps he believes the cycle will end at, say, the end of 2026, which is conceivable, but very unlikely given almost all prior bull cycles haven't gone very much farther than 2 years, which would put ours ending, once again, second or first quarter of 2026 at the latest. But still, if he is correct about this, and he is accurately forecasting this, and he knows the cycles, basically what he's saying is that since he said 5 trillion market cap by the end of this year, we will be seeing most of our price action for Bitcoin quarter 1 and quarter 2 of 2026, correct? So by the end of this year, $5 trillion market cap would not place Bitcoin at $500,000 per coin, since Bitcoin currently has over $1 quadrillion market cap. So if it were to 5x, that alone would send the whole crypto market cap way above 5 trillion. Altcoin season has sort of begun, although it hasn't actually gone extremely insane yet. So, sure, there are many questions here. without a doubt. But I have to say, XRP is going to go really crazy if CZ is correct, and Bitcoin travels between $500,000 to $1 million per coin. Is that all right? If Bitcoin 5x's, we've seen what happens to XRP with Bitcoin 2x's. In that same time frame, XRP increased sixfold, correct? So if Bitcoin is going to 5 times, if we're going to follow the same kind of arithmetic, it's quite likely that XRP could do like a 30x in price from present price, which would put it at above $60 per coin anyway, since we're at like $2.40 right now. That's very insane, isn't it? That is enormous, massive price movement. I now want to explain that whenever it comes to altcoins, whenever it comes to bull markets, it seldom goes just like people are expecting. Still, we are aware of this one item. Raoul Pal, in a recent video, discussed the banana zone. We're basically beginning the next major liquidity cycle. Isn't that so? In fact, lots of liquidity coming in trillions of dollars is starting to show interest rates declining. That is significant. Then we have CZ forecasting. A lot of price movement will be seen toward the conclusion of the year. Early 2026, we are likely to witness a lot of price movement. Seems reasonable. But until then, there will be variations. It's not going to be a simple ride-up. Many of you are likely expecting otherwise. I also have to tell you folks that, 9-10 months is a long period. Is that correct? Should XRP price drop back down to $2 next week? I know that like 20.30% of you will be saying, all right, this is just nonsense. Levi, shut up. I loathe you. It simply works that way. But then the second XRP hits $3, you're like, oh my goodness. Levi, I love you. You helped me to get quite wealthy. It's the best thing ever, isn't it? So actually, we would have to lower our hopes and be patient. Although, believe me, I would want nothing more for XRP to go ahead and hit $60 tomorrow. Should CZ be correct on what Bitcoin can accomplish here? 500,000 to 1 million. Certainly. While 60 XRP is certainly feasible, in my opinion, I believe that's a touch too optimistic. I don't believe Bitcoin will reach 500K. I doubt it's going to reach 1 million. At best, I believe it's going to go maybe $200 to $250,000 per coin, like at the absolute best. I believe even that is quite optimistic. XRP will likely hit 1/3 of $60, maybe $20 top. That is my sincere opinion. I still believe a 20 XRP is in the cards, even with all the liquidity interest rates declining in the US and every other nation in the world, China printing, US printing, EU printing, everyone printing, Canada printing, Australia printing, all of that going on. $60 seems a touch excessive. A bit too much is 500,000 Bitcoin. But once more, we shall see. No one possesses a crystal ball. CZ being correct would make me happy. One of the major drivers we are now witnessing is, of course, US and China, which we are all eagerly awaiting. Obviously, this is quite significant since they will be starting their tariff talks back up tomorrow. Another topic I was discussing now is China's economy, isn't it? China's economy is likely the most crucial factor now in play here. Thus, we might observe that S&P 500 businesses have almost $1 trillion, $200 billion in income from selling tariffed. The fundamental cause of the US's real trade differences with many other nations is that most of the US economy is not really founded on physical commodity. It's built on operating systems, like Apple, like Microsoft, and so many others. They're getting the most of their money off of cloud-based services, cloud-based, non-physical stuff. Many of the physical items originate from other nations since, less experienced workers. Many poor countries might benefit from the commerce from the United States, the European Union, Canada, and all these other countries using these more sophisticated technology and marketing these more modern technologies. We can now observe that China accounts for 7% of yearly S&P 500 sales. So should the US separate from China, S&P 500 profits would only materially decline by about $1,200 billion. That's no little sum of money. So we have to remember this. The S&P 500, many American-based businesses, it's in their best interest to keep playing ball with China here. And China knows that. So, absolutely, the US has power. China has too. They both understand this and will both do their utmost to use their cards. Well, yes. It's going to be terrible for the US. Should they not resolve some sort of trade agreement shortly, it will surely be a recession in the US. That is unquestionable, as it will be for China. If anything is not discovered out here soon, everyone will